Hello, good morning. Next, moving to the next poem, composed upon Westminster Bridge. William Wordsworth. This poem is of William Wordsworth, and William Wordsworth comes from late 18th century, or 18th and 19th century. Both are known for the beauty, for natural beauty. But there's a difference. There's a bit difference, as I told you in the class also. 18th century is just a typical beauty of a female body, of a human body, female beauty, because definitely all the romantic poems or all the romance, generally it is written over female beauty. That's why female body I had told. But yes, a human body, you can say it is all about human body, dealing about human body. I mean, if the poet wants to describe the beauty, he will go through the lips, the eyelids, the hairs, the curves, all these he will analyze. But in the 19th century, or after late 18th to 19th, moving to 19th, it comes to, with a nature beauty. Means if nature beauty, if they wish to move with nature beauty, if they want to make it as a person, then they would convert those nature beauty into human figure, and then after personification they will deal with that beauty. They will analyze that beauty. Just like composed upon Westminster Bridge. Going ahead, at so many places you will find this personification. So William Wordsworth definitely comes from a romantic galaxy of poets. Composed upon Westminster Bridge means very clearly, there is no ambiguity, nothing of this sort. It is clearly dealt at composed upon Westminster Bridge. Means this title, moving to or analyzing this topic, this title we can analyze it at both level. Means composed upon Westminster Bridge, might be Westminster Bridge is dealt here because we can't analyze this poem first. Suppose that we are not going through poem, only a title is given to you, and then I tell you that go and analyze it. Means composed upon Westminster Bridge can be analyzed at two levels. As a place only, might be possible that poet is standing over Westminster Bridge, and he is seeing the beauty from standing from there. So composed upon Westminster Bridge, so analyzing the beauty of London from there. So he is telling about the beauty of London standing upon Westminster Bridge, might be. And second, Westminster Bridge as a thing over which the poem is being written, right? It can be analyzed at two levels. But going through the poem, it is clear that poet is standing over the over Westminster Bridge as a place, and then he is analyzing the beauty of London, seeing it from there, right? So start from, and if romance is there, exaggeration is there, very common and very natural. Earth has any open the poem. Definitely, again I shouldn't repeat, open the poem before you. I have opened myself. I have opened my poem. Yes. Start. Letters. Earth has not anything to show more fear. Dull would be of soul who could pass by. A sight so touching in its majesty, the city now doth like a garment wear. The beauty of the morning silence and silent bear. Ships, towers, tombs, theatres, and temples lie. Earth has not anything to show more fear. Clearly, poet has told nothing is more beautiful than the beauty of London city. If he is standing over that Westminster Bridge, and then he is saying he is viewing the beauty of London city. He is clearly saying that nothing. No, he has given a full stop statement that nothing is more beautiful than London city is standing over it. Earth has not anything to show more fear. Means earth has nothing more beautiful to show than the beauty of London city. such a height of exaggeration. See, the start line is full ready, full-fledged, taking the exaggeration fragrance, right? Dull would be of soul who could pass by. The poet is denoting, giving the adjective to those persons who are not standing even for some time over Westminster Bridge and then viewing or appreciating or enjoying the beauty of London city. Those persons are not exactly emotional or dull. They are emotionless. They are feelingless. They don't have any sort of feeling about the beauty. I mean, they don't have the capacity to enjoy the beauty of nature. Dull. They are dull. Clearly, full stop statement, first and second statement. Full stop statement. A sight so touching in its majesty means standing over that place. Even a sight of London city is majestic. One sight so touching in its majesty means one sight is very touching in its full majestic power. The city now doth like garment wear. Yes, personification came here. The city now doth means the London city seems like a garment wear. Garment is used for a human figure. Wear, that wear verb, it comes for human figure. Then garment wear, how does the nature put garment and wear, right? Dress or kaise pehen lega kapda. The beauty of the morning silent and bare. The beauty of the morning means morning. It is clearly so that morning, it is morning time when the poet is standing over. So the beauty of the morning, silent and bare, means the beauty. Bare, the poet has opened. I had told you that bare, naked, nude, open, everything although gives at one level, everything is open. I mean, but everything has different layer of meaning. We can't use open at the place of bare. We can't use naked before the play or on the place of bare. So everything has its own place. So bare morning, silent and bare. The morning is so silent. So silent means there is no pollution, no crowd, no noise. Everything is silent in the morning. And bare means openly. Everything is bare means bare before nature, before any sort of pollution. Before, they are not covered with pollution now. They are not covered with any sort of human emotions. They are all bare. They are open and silent. Ships, towers, domes, theaters and temples lie, means all those places that poets had mentioned. These are the crowded places. And they are lie means peaceful. They are open and silent, and they are peaceful. They are bare in the morning. Bare means without any noise, without any all these are noisy and crowded place. So all are silent, bare, open. They are standing so without any pollution. Moving to next stanza. Open unto the field and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. They are open under sky. They are openly standing under sky in the morning, and all bright and glittering. Yes, definitely bright and glittering in the smokeless air means bright. Definitely it is morning breaking time. Means morning break, when the sun rays start to come, because in the daytime definitely all those places goes to moves with pollution. The pollution will start, the crowd will start. So definitely it is the morning break time. So all are bright and glittering in the smokeless air. So air is the smokeless. Definitely crowd is not there. So there is no pollution in the air. So a smokeless air is there. Pollution less air is there in the morning. So bright and glittering. Glittering might be key in the morning with London city. वो होता है ना कि मीन्स स्नोफॉल और द एटमॉस्फेरिकल ब्यूटी इन लंडन सिटी, दैट स्नोफॉल इज वेरी कॉमन, and ओस की बूंद might be the fog that over them when the sunlight will start sprinkling over them, so it would start glittering. So very clearly pointing these adjective and using these adjective, poet has very clearly picturized the beauty of London city. It seems that it is such a clear visualization of London city, or as you can it seems that you are standing over Westminster Bridge and visualizing those beauty. This is the beauty of this poem. Never did sun more beautifully steep, means such a beautiful and very soothing and comfortable way, with a less movement the sun has never more beautifully rise up. Means what? Means again exaggeration comes, and even in the movement of sun, means sun as a human body, when the steep verb is given, so definitely human personification is also with sun. So with natural beauty, with nature, means no beauty, not before this the sun has, means sun is movement is noiseless, very peacefully sun has risen up. So again exaggeration is here. In his first splendor, valley, rock or hill, so I never felt a calm so deep. Means ki is the light of sun, it is sprinkled over valley, over hill, over all the natural beauty, hill or rock or everywhere. It comes, and the first splendor of that sun, it is sprinkled over all those things at the same time, but very beautifully, very coolly, without any noise, without smoothly. And so I never felt a calm so deep. Again exaggeration is here. Again, never I felt so calm so deep. But the poet is mentioning that yes, such level of calm and such a deep view of nature beauty I have never felt. That means again exaggeration. Poet is very directly and very strongly presenting that yes, these things are never ever clearly viewed by him earlier. Means very clear, very strong presentation of his emotion, of his thought is given here. Exaggeration again comes. Never the river glitteth at its own sweet will. Even the river which moves, river has no foundation, means water has no foundation, it moves according to, but now when what is the pollution? We are making an obstruction, we are cutting trees, the vegetation is going out, so definitely we are checking the flow of a river now time for making dam or for making so many things. So nature beauty, we are hindering the beauty of nature. But here the river glitteth at its own sweet will, means river moves according to his will, according to his own sweet will, means again personification. His sweet will. Definitely human body has his will, his wish, and swim glitteth at its own sweet will, means river personification is here. And again there is no obstruction in river's flow, so it is moving in its sweet wish, means everything is boundless, everything is moving without any obstruction, without any checking. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep and all the mighty heart is lying still. Means, oh God, very houses seem asleep. Means houses, how can houses seem asleep? Means persons inside the house is sleeping, na? But poet is again personification is here. Houses seems asleep means because how there is no movement in the house. There is no movement in the house. It seems that persons are still, I mean, carefree about nature, careless relating to nature's beauty. They are not so emotional, or they are not so feeling, they don't have that sort of feeling which can enjoy the beauty of nature. They are still lying, they are still lying without any emotion, without any sensitivity. Whatever the nature beauty is giving to you, they are not enjoying that. They are still, houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still. It means still word. Still means yes, because you are lying, that's why you are still, your movement is not there, so definitely you are still at that is at the level which is, but at the next level still it can also be analyzed. At the next level means if your emotion is not there, means you are a still person. You are a still person without having any emotion, without having any sensitivity. You are still without sensitivity. So still word, or how you can analyze at two level. First level means because you are lying, that's why you are still, body movement is not there. And at second level means because emotion is not there, so you are a still personality. You are a cool, that is a nice adjective, that is he or she is a cool person. But cold person, that is not it gives you a if not negative, but at least to some kind of negative, yes, close to negative image. It is that he or she is a cold person. Cold is not a positive thing to add your personality. And here lying is still adjective here, adverb as it is placed. So lying is still means without any movement and without any emotional movement. At both the level you can analyze it. So this is all about the poem. And yes, rhyming scheme is here, passing by, fair, bear, majesty, earth has not anything to show more fair, the city now like a garment wear. Yes, first to fourth line, bear fifth, and second with lie, pass by, and second with lie, majesty has no rhyming. Sky, yes, will second. No, there is no rhyming scheme. Sky, there is there is no proper rhyming scheme. Means emotion is boundless. My poet is so, he comes from a typical romantic row of the poets. That's why his emotion makes him boundless. Means he is not taking care of anything, and or rather it is not his minus point. It shows that yes, emotion sometimes goes beyond discipline. So rhyming scheme is not here. There is no clear rhyming scheme is given. But yes, it is all about the beauty of nature, of nature, not exactly the full nature. He has pointedly dealing with the beauty of London city, the beauty of London city, the natural beauty of London city. Although he is a poet, or he is a nature poet, he is a poet, nature poet, and definitely romantic, comes in a romantic row. Lucy is as a human figure. Wordsworth with Lucy, that he has presented Lucy throughout in his poem as in two daffodils, or so many others. Ki Lucy as his beloved. Two daffodils, it say, there's a line which gives you कि मैं जाता नहीं, रास्ता ही मुड़ जाता है उसके घर की ओर. Yes, so he comes from a romantic row of a poet, but here he is concentrating over the beauty of London city only the beauty of London city, not nature as a whole. Of course natural beauty is here, but the natural beauty that is in London city. So this is all about the poem. and very clearly it has two standards, and all are very clearly dealt, and there is no ambiguity. I mean, it is visualization imagery is here. It means going through the poem, you can visualize that place. It seems that I am standing over Westminster Bridge, and I am clearly enjoying the beauty of London city, standing over there. So this is the beauty. All the symbols, exactly, there is no you can say that yes, personification is here, but symbols is not it's not symbols. There's only examples are given. No symbolism. Yes, exaggeration is here. No symbols that gives it a complicate meaning, complicates its meaning. Yes, symbols and imagery sometimes it complicates meaning, clear a bit, make it more tough to understand. But this poem doesn't have any symbols. Many examples are there. Yes, examples are there, and symbolical meaning. Yes, symbolical meaning, you can say heart is lying still in the last line, or the houses seem asleep, as I had told you. But at the same time, with personification, this sort of meaning comes, but clear line by line, clear symbolism all the time, using symbolism and imagery symbol. It is not like this. It is very pointedly concentrating over the beauty of London city, which he is viewing, is standing upon Westminster Bridge, and the whole poem is about that. Is exaggeration is here, personification is here, and it is a typical romantic poem. Typical romantic poem, without any ambiguity, without any confusion, without any complexity. Okay, have a nice day.